YouTube. So today I'd like to talk to you about linear equations part 2, and what we're going to be exploring in this one is how do we find the equation through 2 points. Now I could give you 2 points on a graph and say draw a straight line through those two and show me what that looks like, but you have to be able to find the equation through these 2 points. So if you've looked at the first part, linear equation is made up of y equals ax plus b, where a is a gradient and b is a y-intercept. So your skill in finding how to find the equation through 2 points is to first find the gradient and then plug in a point to find the y-intercept, to find where we cross the y-axis. And then you can give your line a name, which will work. So I've given you 2 points here. Here's the point 2, 1. And then here's the point 4, 5. As you can see, the line has a positive gradient. It's a line that's going up, not a line that's going down. So when we do the gradient, we expect to find a line that's going up. Let's see. So if you've looked at the first part, you'll see that to find the gradient between 2 points, we have to do the rise divided by the run. So I can see here that I'm going from a height of 1 to a height of 5. So I'm going up by 4 here. I can see that visually. Now, how I'm going to express it in mathematics is going to be a little bit different, but just for my own reference, I can see that I'm going up by 4. And for my run, I can see that I'm going from 2 to 4, so I can see that I'm going horizontally across by 2. So, how do I express this in maths? Well, I'll say gradient. I can say g equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or the rise divided by the run. So the differences in y divided by the differences in x. So remember, these are the x values, 2 and 4, and then 1 and 5 are the y values. So to find the differences in y, I should do 5 minus 1. Difference means subtract. So if I do 5 minus 1, so the upper bound minus the lower one, I find that indeed I go up by 4, right? And if I do 4 minus 2 here, so 4 minus 2, I see that I'm going across by 2. So my rise is 4 and my run is 2, which gives me a gradient of 2. So this line is a line which has a gradient of 2. So I can say y equals 2x plus b. So this is the equation of my line. So far so good. I just don't know what the b value is. I don't know where I cross the y-axis. I'm not too sure where this happens. Well, the great thing about mathematics is that there's usually a way to figure that out. So this point, the point 2, 1, is on the line. And so when I put in the x value 2 in my equation, it should return the value 1 as my y value. The same thing happens with 4, 5. We say that it satisfies the equation of the line. So if I plug in the point 4 inside in my equation here, as the x value, it should return the value 5. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick a point. Now, because I think that 2, 1 is probably a little bit easier to work with than 4, 5, I'm going to choose this one. Now, bear in mind that 1 is the y value and 2 is the x value. So when I plug these in here, I have to be a little bit careful. So I'm going to say 1 equals 2 times 2 plus b. If I plug this one in, I should say 5 equals 2 times 4 plus b. So I'm gonna use the first one, but I could do either. Either would be fine. So I'm gonna do this. 1 equals 2 times 2 plus b. And that's gonna help me to find the b value, because now I've got numbers here and I can figure out what the b value is. So I can say 1 equals 4 plus b. And if I move the 4 to the other side, plus becomes minus 1 minus 4 equals b. My b value is negative 3. So I now know through algebra that this value here, what we call the y-intercept, is negative 3. So the equation of my line is y equals 2x minus 3. This is this line that I've drawn here. This line is actually 2x minus 3. So here I wasn't sure what the y-intercept was, but I plugged in a value that helped me to identify that it was the point minus 3. So this is a line with a gradient of 2. It goes up by 2. When it goes across by 1, and it crosses the y-axis at negative 3. And this is how you find the equation of a line through 2 points. So first you find the gradient, and then you plug in a point. Now, I hope this was useful to you. So if it was, then make sure that you support us. give us a thumbs up, click on subscribe, and make sure that you follow us so that you can see all the updates, and when we put new videos you'll be able to see them. Or when you're revising for a test, if you're not too sure about how to do something, play one of these videos again, it might help you, and then pull up some worksheets and make sure that you do them. If you'd like to follow us, it's on facebook.com/hlmathemagic and on Instagram @mathemagicmd. And as usual, here's a terribly bad math joke. Hope you didn't cringe at that one. See you next time for linear equations part 3.